jollof rice, Afrobeats, and 30 Shades of Wahala. Today we're ditching the tourist brochures and diving headfirst into the realities of Nigeria, Africa's giant with a population of 229 million strong, making it the most populous nation in Africa. Due to constantly making babies, the population is projected to reach 400 million in 2050, making it the third most populous nation in the world, only behind China and India. Nigeria is a land of stunning landscapes, delicious jollof rice that'll have you dancing the night away, with a belly full of regret in the morning. And music so infectious it'll cure your bad mood faster than anything. But hold your horses, because just like every country with a rich history and a whole lot of people, Nigeria's got its fair share of struggles. Nigeria, often called the Giant of Africa, is known for its rich culture, vibrant music scene, and booming Nollywood industry. But beneath this colorful surface, there's a lot more going on. From corruption, scammers, and security issues, we're going to peel back the layers and reveal the dark sides. Abego, before you think we're here to diss Nigeria and curse me, let's be real. Every country has its dark alleys. The US has its political drama, France has its strikes, and the UK has Brexit. So Nigeria's not alone. But that doesn't mean we shouldn't talk about these challenges, right? Because sometimes shining a light on the darkness is the first step towards a brighter future. So grab your cup of ogogoro, don't Google that at work. Settle in and get ready for a no-holds-barred look at the 30 things that make Nigeria a bit more wahala, trouble, than a walk in the park. We're gonna take a lighthearted, but still respectful look at these challenges. Because hey, sometimes laughter is the best medicine. Let's get started. Brace yourselves as we count down from numbers 30 to 1. Stay with us till the end to see how dark it gets. Number 30. Inflation and currency devaluation. Inflation and currency devaluation are making life tougher for Nigerians. Prices for everyday goods are soaring and the naira's value keeps dropping. It's like trying to fill a shopping cart with monopoly money. No matter how much you have, it's never enough. In 1985, $1 was equivalent to less than 1 naira, meaning that the naira was stronger than the US dollar. Today, $1 is approximately 1,500 naira. That is over a mind-blowing 1,500 times loss in value. Number 29. Yahoo! Yahoo! The internet has opened up a world of possibilities, but it's also created a space for cybercriminals to thrive. Cybercrime, often referred to as Yahoo! Yahoo!, is a growing issue in Nigeria. While it might seem like a high-tech hustle, it's damaging the country's reputation and economy. Nigeria has a reputation for internet scams, which can leave people feeling frustrated and violated. The government is cracking down on cybercrime, but it's an ongoing battle. Before we move to number 28, if you are enjoying the video, please subscribe to our channel and share the video. It means a lot to us. Thank you. Number 28. Endemic corruption. First up, let's talk about corruption. It's like that annoying house guest who never leaves. Corruption in Nigeria is rampant, affecting everything from politics to everyday life. According to Transparency International, Nigeria ranks low on the Corruption Perceptions Index. It's so ingrained that even getting a driver's license might involve a bit of extra cash under the table. It's like playing Monopoly, but every time you pass go, someone swipes your $200. Corruption is a bit like stale puff puff, fried dough balls at a party. It ruins the whole thing. In Nigeria, corruption is a serious problem that hinders development and investment. From petty bribes to embezzlement of public funds, it siphons money away from schools and hospitals, making life harder for everyone. But Nigerians are getting fed up. There's a growing anti-corruption movement, and people are demanding change. Number 27. Boko Haram Boogie, the party crashers from heck. Imagine planning the ultimate Nigerian bash. Jollof rice, palm wine, Afrobeats bumping, then these uninvited guests called Boko Haram show up. This brutal terrorist group has been terrorizing northeastern Nigeria for over a decade, kidnapping schoolgirls and bombing markets. The human cost is devastating, with thousands losing their lives and millions displaced. The fight against Boko Haram is a complex one, but Nigerians are a resilient bunch, and they're definitely not giving up. Kidnappings for ransom have also become alarmingly common, turning the country into a real-life thriller that no one wants to star in. Number 26. Brain drain blues, losing talent to greener pastures. Many educated Nigerians leave the country in search of better opportunities abroad. The Yoruba word japa, meaning to run away, captures this trend among Nigerian youth pursuing greener pastures and improved job prospects overseas. This brain drain can impede Nigeria's development. To ensure the country's future success, it is crucial to create an environment that attracts and retains talent. Number 25. The hustle is realer than reality TV, making ends meet. Nigeria's economy is growing, but that growth isn't always felt everywhere. Many Nigerians struggle to make ends meet, especially in rural areas. Unemployment is a big issue, and the cost of living can be high. But Nigerians are resourceful. The informal sector is massive, and people find creative ways to make a living. The hustle is strong in Nigeria, and that entrepreneurial spirit is something to admire. Number 24. Herder-farmer face-off. A clash in the countryside. Farmers and nomadic herders have been clashing in Nigeria for decades. Competition for scarce resources like land and water can lead to violence. Finding a solution to this conflict will require a delicate balancing act, considering the needs of both groups. Number 23. Safety shuffle. Keeping yourself out of trouble. Let's be honest, safety is a concern in many places. Nigeria has its own set of challenges, from petty theft to armed robbery. Large cities can be particularly risky, especially at night. But that doesn't mean you can't experience Nigeria safely. Just be smart, be aware of your surroundings, and avoid sketchy areas. Most Nigerians are incredibly welcoming, and they want you to have a good experience in their country. Number 22. Power supply. Electricity in Nigeria is, well, shocking. The power supply is notoriously unreliable, with frequent blackouts and power cuts. Businesses rely heavily on generators, and the hum of a generator is almost as Nigerian as jollof rice. Imagine trying to watch this video and the power goes out. Exactly. The lack of reliable electricity stifles economic growth and frustrates daily life. Number 21. Education system. Education is the key to unlocking a brighter future. But access to quality education isn't a level playing field in Nigeria. Public schools are often overcrowded and underfunded, with a teacher-to-student ratio that would make your head spin. Many children, especially girls in rural areas, miss out on schooling altogether. The education system faces numerous challenges. Underfunding, dilapidated infrastructure, and frequent strikes by university staff make it tough for students. It's like trying to run a marathon in flip-flops. Possible, but incredibly difficult. Many students end up studying under trees, and the quality of education varies widely. Private schools offer a better education, but they come with a price tag that puts them out of reach for most families. This creates an uneven system that limits opportunities for many Nigerians. Despite these obstacles, Nigerian students and educators show incredible resilience. Number 20. Healthcare. The healthcare system in Nigeria is another area needing serious attention. Hospitals often lack basic supplies, and there's a significant shortage of medical professionals. It's not uncommon for people to seek medical treatment abroad if they can afford it. It's like playing doctor, except it's not funny when lives are at stake. Number 19. The Niger Delta Blues, oil woes and environmental blues. Nigeria's got oil, enough to fill an Olympic swimming pool. Several, actually. But this oil wealth isn't always a blessing. The Niger Delta, the oil hub, is a region riddled with poverty and environmental damage. Oil spills are more common than a Friday night Owambi party, and many communities haven't seen a kobo, penny, of that oil money. This has led to anger and frustration, with some resorting to violence to demand a fairer share. Number 18. Human rights issues. Human rights issues, including police brutality and gender-based violence, are serious concerns. The SARS movement brought global attention to police brutality in Nigeria, leading to widespread protests. Despite this, progress has been slow, and many Nigerians still face daily injustices. It's like fighting a hydra, cut off one head and two more grow in its place. Number 17. Pothole palava. Our roads lead to car sickness. Nigeria's infrastructure needs some serious TLC and is often inadequate. Roads are riddled with potholes that could swallow your car whole. Transportation can be a nightmare, and public transportation is unreliable. And many rural areas lack basic amenities. It's like trying to build a house on quicksand. Reliable electricity can be a dream, and access to clean water is a challenge in many areas. The government is investing in infrastructure projects, but there's a long way to go. Infrastructure development is crucial for economic growth, yet many projects are delayed or poorly executed, leaving much to be desired. Number 16. Political instability. Political instability and frequent changes in government policies create an environment of uncertainty. It's like trying to play a board game where the rules change every 5 minutes. This instability can deter foreign investment and hinder long-term planning, making it difficult for the country to progress steadily. Number 15. Water supply. Access to clean water remains a significant challenge in Nigeria. Many communities rely on contaminated water sources, leading to health issues. It's hard to believe that in the 21st century, something as basic as clean water is still a luxury for many Nigerians. It's like trying to quench your thirst with a sieve. Number 14. Food security. Food security is another critical issue, with many Nigerians facing hunger and malnutrition. Despite fertile land, poor agricultural practices and conflict have made food production inconsistent. It's ironic that in a land capable of abundance, so many go hungry. It's like having a fridge full of ingredients, but no recipes to turn them into a meal. Number 13. Urbanization challenges. Rapid urbanization in Nigeria has led to the growth of megacities like Lagos, But it also brings challenges such as overcrowding, inadequate housing, and traffic congestion. Navigating Lagos traffic can be an epic quest worthy of its own action movie. Urban planning has struggled to keep pace with the booming population, resulting in a chaotic sprawl. Makoko is a slum located in Lagos, Nigeria, home to an estimated 250,000 people, making it potentially one of the world's largest slums. It is often referred to as the Venice of Africa. This vibrant yet challenging place, built on stilts over the lagoon, Makoko faces significant challenges, including poverty, overcrowding, inadequate infrastructure, and limited access to clean water and sanitation. Despite its struggles, Makoko boasts a rich fishing heritage and a thriving artistic community. The residents also in small-scale trading. However, the future of this unique place hinges on improved infrastructure and solutions that respect its character. Number 12. Ethnic and religious tensions. Nigeria is a land of rich ethnic diversity, but these differences can sometimes lead to tension. Historical grievances and competition for resources can fuel conflict. Ethnic and religious tensions occasionally flare up, leading to violence and displacement. Nigeria's diversity is a strength, but it can also be a source of conflict. Balancing these diverse identities is like walking a tightrope. One wrong move can lead to chaos. Number 11. Corruption in law enforcement. Law enforcement in Nigeria is plagued by corruption and inefficiency. Bribery is common, and justice often feels out of reach for the average citizen. It's like having a referee in a football match who's always accepting bribes. Fair play goes out the window. Number 10. Youth disillusionment. Nigerian youth are increasingly disillusioned by the lack of opportunities and the slow pace of change. Many dream of leaving the country in search of better prospects. It's a brain drain that Nigeria can ill afford. It's like having a talented football team but no stadium to play in. Number 9. Poverty and unemployment. Poverty and unemployment are massive hurdles. Despite being one of Africa's largest economies, over 40% of Nigerians live below the poverty line. It's a paradox. How can a country so rich in resources have so many people struggling to make ends meet? The current minimum wage is 30,000 naira a month, which is about $24. Unemployment, especially among the youth, is sky high. Imagine graduating and your job prospects are as bleak as the Sahara Desert. Number 8. Bureaucracy. Dealing with Nigerian bureaucracy is like navigating a maze with no exit. Whether it's starting a business, getting a permit, or accessing public services, the red tape is endless. It's like playing a game of snakes and ladders, except there are way more snakes than ladders. Number 7. Gender inequality. Gender inequality is another dark side of Nigeria. Women and girls often face significant barriers in education, employment, and healthcare. It's like living in a world where one half of the population has to work twice as hard to get half as far. Despite the challenges, Nigerian women are increasingly breaking barriers and advocating for change. The fight for gender equality is gaining momentum in Nigeria, but there's still a long way to go. Number 6. Media freedom and fake news fandango. Media freedom in Nigeria is often under threat. Journalists face harassment, intimidation, and even violence for reporting on sensitive issues. It's like trying to write a story with someone constantly looking over your shoulder, ready to snatch the pen away. Despite these challenges, many brave journalists continue to shine a light on the truth. The spread of misinformation on social media is a problem in many countries, and Nigeria is no exception. Fake news can stoke tensions and lead to violence. Developing media literacy skills and promoting critical thinking are essential tools for combating fake news. Number 5. The balancing act. Tradition versus modernity. Nigeria is a country in transition, balancing its rich cultural heritage with the demands of a modern world. This can be a challenging process, as some traditions may clash with modern values. Finding a way to preserve tradition while embracing progress is a delicate dance that Nigeria must navigate in the years to come. Number 4. Religious rivalry reggae. Finding harmony in faith. Nigeria is a country with a large Muslim population in the north and a predominantly Christian south. Religious tensions can sometimes flare up, particularly in areas with a mix of faiths. Promoting interfaith dialogue and understanding is crucial for peaceful coexistence. Number 3. Mental health misunderstood. The silent struggle. Mental health issues are often stigmatized in Nigeria. People with mental illness may be ostracized or even denied treatment. This lack of awareness and support can have a devastating impact on individuals and families. Number 2. Land grab palaver. Navigating the landmine of land rights. Land ownership is a complex issue in Nigeria, with a long history of disputes. Multiple claims to the same piece of land can lead to serious kata, trouble, and even violence. This makes it difficult for farmers to invest in their land and for businesses to develop. The government is working on land reform, but it's a slow process with no easy answers. Number 1. Rubbish rush. when waste management goes wrong. Nigeria is overflowing with rubbish. 229 million people generate mountains of trash that choke streets and waterways. Limited collection and overflowing landfills create a health hazard. Think respiratory problems, malaria, and polluted water. Informal waste pickers try to salvage recyclables, but the fight is uphill. Government initiatives and public education are a start, but Nigeria needs better infrastructure, stricter enforcement, and a shift towards waste reduction and recycling to truly conquer this rubbish rush. So there you have it, folks, 30 dark sides of Nigeria. We haven't painted the sunniest picture of Nigeria so far, but remember, this is just one side of the story. Nigeria is also a land of Nollywood. Nigeria's film industry, known as Nollywood, is the second largest film producer in the world, second only to Bollywood. Nollywood movies are loved all over Africa and are gaining a global audience. B. Music that makes people move. From Afrobeats to highlife, Nigerian music is infectious and energetic. Artists like Wizkid, Burna Boy, Yemi Alade, Rema, and Davido are taking the world by storm. C. Nigerian fashion, which is bold, colorful, and full of personality. Nigerian designers are making a splash on the international scene, and their influence is undeniable. D. Art scene. Nigeria's contemporary art scene is thriving. Talented artists are exploring a wide range of themes and pushing creative boundaries. Every country has its issues, but what's important is recognizing them and working towards solutions. Despite these challenges, Nigeria is a country of resilience and hope, with people who are constantly striving to make things better. If you enjoyed this deep dive, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, share the video, and leave a comment below on what you think are the biggest challenges Nigeria faces today. Also, share your thoughts on potential solutions. Let's get a conversation going. Remember, no place is perfect, but acknowledging the dark sides is the first step towards a brighter future. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.